On July 1st, 2011, the New York Mets pay 48-year-old Bobby Bonilla, who last played Major League Baseball in 2001, the first of 25 annual payments of nearly $1.2 million. But why are the Mets still paying a player who retired many years ago? And what high-profile financial scandal played a role in these payments? Bobby Bonilla was one of Major League Baseball's best players in the 80s and 90s. He made his Major League debut with the Chicago White Sox in 1986, but was soon traded to the Pittsburgh Pirates, where he and Barry Bonds formed a potent offensive duo nicknamed the Killer Bees. Bonilla, in fact, finished second in the 1990 National League MVP voting, with his teammate Bonds winning the award. Bonilla first joined the New York Mets for the 1992 season, when he signed a then-record 5-year, $29 million free agent contract. He was traded to the Baltimore Orioles in July 1995. The six-time All-Star won a World Series with the Florida Marlins in 1997 before being traded to the Los Angeles Dodgers in 1998. Bonilla rejoined the Mets for the 1999 season in a trade with the Dodgers. Well past his prime, the Mets cut him in July of that year, but the team still owed him the remaining $5.9 million of his contract. Rather than pay the $5.9 million up front, the Mets offered him 25 annual payments of $1,193,248.20, beginning 12 years later in 2011. Bonilla happily and wisely agreed. So why did the Mets do this? Well, then Mets owner Fred Wilpon believed he would come out ahead in the end by investing the $5.9 million rather than paying it up front to Bonilla. Wilpon was confident about this back in 1999 because he was investing with financier Bernie Madoff, whose investments were paying out incredible returns. Or so everyone thought. As it turned out, Madoff was running the biggest Ponzi scheme in history and bilked his investors out of $18 billion. So that massive financial return never came for Wilpon, making the Bobby Bonilla deal that much worse. The Mets owner was just one of the many victims of this notorious financial scheme. Madoff went to prison in 2009, and Wilpon sold the team in 2020. Bonilla played his last game in Major League Baseball with the St. Louis Cardinals in 2001. When the final Bobby Bonilla Day payment is made in 2035, the Mets will have shelled out nearly $30 million to the former All-Star to settle the $5.9 million buyout. In 2035, Bobby Bonilla will be 72 years old. Here are other events that happened today in history. In 1863, during the American Civil War, the three-day Battle of Gettysburg begins in Pennsylvania. In 1867, the British North America Act officially establishes the Dominion of Canada as a self-governing entity. In 1963, the U.S. Postal Service introduces the Zone Improvement Plan, inaugurating the use of zip codes. In 1979, Sony debuts its portable cassette player called the Walkman for a retail price of $150. In 1984, the Motion Picture Association of America introduces the PG-13 rating. In 1997, after more than 150 years under British control, Hong Kong reverts to Chinese rule. In 2021, the NCAA approves changes that allow a student athlete to make money off name, image, and likeness. And now it's time for our Today in History quiz. Enslaved Africans revolted aboard which Cuban ship in 1839, leading to a case that went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court? the Santissima Trinidad, the Gravina, the San Felipe, or the Amistad? Liked learning about Bobby Bonilla Day? Then you'll love this one about the tragic and triumphant story of one of baseball's greatest players, Roberto Clemente. Tap the screen to keep the story going on Today in History.